You ain't from the hood. Nah, you ain't get put on, you ain't from the hood. You ain't never got put on, you ain't from the hood. Niggas always claim to set blood, ain't from the hood. Hell nah. You ain't never got put on, you ain't from the hood. Oh, I lived in the hood, ass nigga. Never got put on, always claiming the hood though. Oh, you fucking with the homegirl, but don't come to the hood with none of your damn homeboys. They don't get a pass. How the little homies press they ass for your tattoos. Hey, your mama waking up to some bad news. The plug saying groove, I'm a dime. I was home in a red skinny nigga with the brain. Took a 2-man fade. I'm really from the hood. I took a fucking break to get my money right. But I was banging on the plane in the meeting with your mate. They like, poet, oh, you bang? They forgot where I came from. I was gang banging when it wasn't fun. Homie doing life right now, cause we don't ain't from the hood. Nah, you ain't get put on, you ain't from the hood. You ain't never got put on, you ain't from the hood. Niggas always claim to set blood, ain't from the hood. Hell nah. You ain't never got put on, you ain't from the hood. And that goes for these hoes too. Start fucking old niggas and throwing these niggas hood up. Ha, little dot. Heard you gave a homie head in the trap spot. Got a throwaway in the stash spot. Boy, you not real, like a Sasquatch. Boy, I'm so high, I'm seeing astronauts. Boy, I ball hard, I need a mascot. Oh, and Swahili, I'm a Damu. My little cousin making Paru. My nigga Uzi, he provide oops. Pad blows, I be hanging with some real whoops. Gang signs out the window when we drive coupes. Making money with some crips like it's 92. Banging on tracks. Back in my days, it was banging on. You ain't from the hood. Nah, you ain't get put on, you ain't from the hood. You ain't never got put on, you ain't from the hood. Niggas always claim to set blood, ain't from the hood. Hell nah. You ain't never got put on, you ain't from the hood.
They telling Nancy Pelosi, your ass ain't from the hood. You need to take your ass back to the United States before we blow your motherfucking ass up. Why in the hell is Nancy Pelosi trying to start problems with the people that make iPhones, Jordans, and on TikTok? Why in the fuck is he messing with these people? They finna fuck up all our electronics. You ain't never supposed to be fucking with the country that owns 93% of your damn medicine. Don't you know how much medicine they own in the United States? They own like 93% of all United States medicine. Huh? Nancy Pelosi had no business in taking her ass over there. I mean, she's not probably even going to be Speaker of the House, you know what I'm saying, in a couple of months. What the fuck is she doing business deals for? This bitch is 88 years old. Why is she doing business? Why is she flying all over China and Mexico and other places? Because this wasn't the first place she had a tour. Why is she flying everywhere, right? And you got to think to yourself, right? She ain't never done this before. She had the same power, you know what I'm saying, when she was, when Donald Trump was in office, she had the same power. But she didn't go nowhere talking about human rights. She didn't go nowhere trying to strike deals and talking to presidents of other countries. She didn't do none of that, right? But if she say, oh, she's trying to help the president, well, why you didn't do that under Donald Trump and help Donald Trump? Whatever you're trying to do, why you didn't do that under Donald Trump? And I think I know the reason why. I mean, I'm not sure. Just, you know, I mean, you can look at it if you want to, right? But everybody knows Joe Biden ain't gonna make it to no end of no term. Everybody know that. You know what I'm saying? COVID, right? This nigga senile, 25th Amendment, right? I mean, impeachment, the big guy. I mean, it's all kind of things that can go wrong with Joe Biden right now. And I think the Democrats know it. His numbers is down, right? His numbers is down. All his policies ain't really working. He done so-called had another Build Back Better plan that ain't really passed yet. That's supposed to be big. I mean, but I'm talking about his physical. I mean, it's not going to work. They're getting all their agendas passed, right? But physically and mentally, Joe Biden is not going to make it. For YouTube purposes, I do not believe in the views and comments of the person that's speaking. That's me, but I don't believe my views and comments, and it's not whatever. Disclaimer. YouTube purposes only. I don't know. Anyway, but you gotta say, if Joe Biden was to happen to something, Lord bless his soul, right? Will something happen to him, right? Who would be next in line for president? Kamala Harris would be next in line for president, but who would be next in line as vice president to have powers? It would be no other than Nancy Pelosi. So do you think Nancy Pelosi, right, give a damn about what happened to Joe Biden if she knows she moves up and she become a historical first white woman that ever been vice president? She could be the first white woman that was ever president, right? And then they can have a historical thing. They can have a woman president and a woman vice president, right? Then they can run on this gay shit, this transgender shit, this pronoun shit. They can run on a lot of that shit if they get control. You know what I'm saying? They're fortunate enough to get control of the House and the Senate, right? Now you got to understand, right? The Democrats are not smarter than Republicans, right? They're not. They don't really have more money. They got more millionaires now, you know what I'm saying? But the Democrats don't have more money than Republicans. They just got more members. And with more members, you have more money. With more members, you have more power. It's just you have more options, right? So even though we know the Democrats are illogical and these sons of bitches are stupid, right? You got a bunch of stupid motherfuckers following them, you know, and believe in every word they say. So it's not that, right? And in the land of the blind, the one eye is king. So as long as they keep on leading the blind and the sheep, you know, to the slaughterhouse, right? There's nothing we can do about it. You can try to wake them up all you want to. You can put all kind of shit in their face, right? Because I don't see how. I mean, unless it's the polls and the Democrats lying and fake news lying, but I don't see how it could be a close Senate race or House race with the way the world is in right now and the shit that the Democrats is preaching, you know, the defund the police, the border, you know, the Wuhan. I mean, there's a lot of different shit, you know, that the Democrats been preaching with school, parents, teachers, kids, all that. I don't see how people can see all of that shit right in front of them and still say, yeah, I see all of that, but I still want to vote. I still don't like Republicans, or I still want to vote Democrat, right? Because I just don't like Republicans, right? And it's not, right? And you got to think about it. Even though some people don't have a job, that the ones they talking about, oh, we're going to give these people this, we're going to give these people that, they might not have a job, but they still got to vote. And I'd be damned if somebody poor getting government handouts, right? And it's on the system, and the Democrats offering free money. I'd be damned if they're gonna vote a Republican. I don't give a damn how good the policy is. If you're gonna allow me to sit on my ass and collect a check, I'm gonna vote for you every motherfucking time. But if you want me to work and pay taxes, I'm not voting for you. I'm not even going to listen to you because I want to work and sit on my ass. Right now, this thing with Nancy Pelosi, I don't know how. Some people say it was a good thing to do. Some people say it was the right thing to do. Right, but I say it was a selfish thing to do because she had no business going over there, and if she knew the risk and she knew the dangers of going over there, right? She shouldn't have done it because she's not just risking her life. She risking Americans' life because they're going to have to defend, they're going to have to go on the offense, or they're going to have to go on the defense. And what if China say, fuck it, and launch a missile over this motherfucker? Was it worth it, Nancy, to get thousands or possible millions of motherfuckers killed because you want to take a trip and talk about human rights and shit like that? right? When y'all say it's a one, we respect the one China policy. We respect it, but we're going to arm Taiwan. We're going to go over there and talk to their president without your permission, right? We're going to make deals with them about all kind of different little chips and shit right there. But we still respect y'all one China policy, but we don't want to fuck with y'all. We want to fuck with Taiwan, but we still respect y'all policy. I don't understand how that works. Oh, we're not going to get into it, you know what I'm saying? And we respect Taiwan's China one policy, right? But we're going to give them tanks, we're going to give them missiles, we're going to arm them, we're going to send a tanker over there. I don't understand how that works. How you respect something, but then disrespect it. Let's roll it. I didn't put that much video because I got to go to a wedding. I'm the best man, and I'm my oldest brother wedding, and I got to get ready. So I just wanted to talk to y'all for a little minute. Let's roll it. Oh, we got to put the sound up. You got to put the sound up. That would make sense.
Across the narrow Taiwan Strait.
Oh, let me turn this shit up. Let me turn this up. Let me turn it up, right? But it's mighty strange how, you know, all of a sudden she's going over and making all these deals and with countries and stuff, right? Now, Joe Biden, right? The Chinese released a transcript saying they warned Joe Biden, if you fuck with China, we're going to come tear that motherfucker up. You know what I'm saying? Don't fuck with us, right? Now, Joe Biden didn't release his transcript. He said, and the White House said, he said something entirely different. But from what I heard on China's side, China warned Joe Biden, and Joe Biden didn't send no warning back. So, I mean, we just getting punked all the way around, right? Now, look at their military actions, right? Now, they getting, right, military ready. They holding drills and shit like that, right? All the United States doing right now is critical gate theory and shit like that in the Army, right? And we are short on recruitment because of that, right? So they're getting ready, and we not ready.
The narrow Taiwan Strait. It's a battle of drills. Taiwan just wrapped up a week of annual live fire exercises. And China has responded in kind.
The President, in his conversation with President Xi, made clear that Congress is an independent branch of government.
Letting China know we don't have nothing to do with Nancy Pelosi. So he went to Nancy Pelosi has been talking about going to Taiwan for weeks, right? Maybe I will, maybe I won't. So when Joe Biden gets into the meeting with Xi, he says, look, I don't control Nancy. Nancy do what the fuck she want. You know what I'm saying? She go where she want. I can't tell her what to do. You know what I'm saying? So it's not my bad. Please don't do nothing to us, right? And then, you know, with President Xi, he released this statement and said, look, man, that bitch come up here, we're going to shoot that plane down. Joe Biden said, we ain't got nothing to do with it. He sent him out to relay the message. So if the transcripts was ever read, right, and China released all the transcripts, he wanted to make sure they said, look, Nancy Pelosi is her own entity. She don't work for Joe Biden. She's a citizen, so she had a right to go over there and talk to the president and the government about human rights and all that. She has a right to go over there and talk about policy. That don't work.
And that Speaker Pelosi makes her own decisions, as other members of Congress do.
Huh? You hear that? She make her own decisions. I don't control her. They would have never done that under Donald Trump. Huh? You would have never heard, especially if he was a Republican, you wouldn't have heard Kevin McCarthy talking about I'm fit to go to Taiwan without Donald Trump permission. You would have never heard Mitch McConnell say no shit like that, probably. I don't know, but I don't think Mitch would have went and done no shit like that. You would have never heard Donald Trump say, well, he don't work for me. He is his own person. He wouldn't have told no Xi that shit. Joe Biden don't even control his White House. He can't even control where people go, what people do, who they talk to. He has no control over his White House because guess what? His White House don't trust him.
About their overseas travel. That was made clear.
Increasing naval patrols, conducting live fire drills, and releasing a highly produced propaganda video. China claims Taiwan, a self-governing island of 23 million people, as its own. And the anticipated visit of Speaker Pelosi is generating accusations that the U.S. supports Taiwanese sovereignty.
Huh? You hear that? When Nancy Pelosi goes against what China says and say she respects the one China rule, but then go and hold policy, right? That's not respecting China one policy rule. And you're helping promote Taiwan independence because you're telling them we can make deals with Taiwan and we don't have to make no deals with China. That's like saying a country can come up and say we only want to make deals with California. We don't want to make deals with the rest of America, right? No, you got to make deals with the United States. You got it's certain things that the United States, right, and laws and things like that, and permissions and whatever the fuck it may be, right, that you even got to pass to even get to California, because California is a part of the United States and it follows United States laws. It doesn't follow California laws, right? It got laws that's different that are applied in California, you know what I'm saying, that's still supported by the federal government, but they still, you know, basically United States laws, right? So what you saying right now is if California, right, say we independent, we can make up our own shit. And we can have, and we can host, and we can say, you know what, we don't like, even though y'all don't like Russia, we can bring Russia over here and have a meeting with them. Even though y'all don't like Afghanistan, we can bring the motherfucker over here and have a meeting with them. And y'all bet not say nothing. It won't happen.
If Speaker Pelosi visits Taiwan, said the Chinese Foreign Affairs spokesman, it would grossly interfere in China's internal affairs.
The White House late yesterday calling out Beijing's heated rhetoric over House Speaker Nancy Pelosi's planned trip to Taiwan. Our Eunice Yoon joins us this morning from Beijing with the latest. Eunice.
Thanks, Andrew. Well, Beijing is firing fresh warning shots, and it's still not even clear whether or not Speaker Pelosi is going to touch down in Taiwan.
Well, she did touch down in Taiwan, right? Everybody knew it. You know what I'm saying? They're getting war ready. They wasn't wasting all that money for nothing. They wasn't wasting all that military practice, all the military procedures, right? All the military weapons they done access, right? They wasn't doing all that for nothing. They knew she was coming, right? Against Joe Biden's wishes.
Chinese state media are quoting a very senior official here, the foreign minister Wang Yi, as weighing in on the Taiwan issue, saying that the deceitfulness of the U.S. side on Taiwan is deplorable. Now, this statement by a very senior official is coupled with another fresh warning from Beijing.
Wait, first of all, do you think Beijing is being pushed into the corner? Do you think Beijing got to retaliate? Do you think Beijing, right, is feeling they've been punked? They're being disrespected, right? So if they feel they disrespect, they want to be a world power, right? And they in competition with the United States to become a world power, right? In order to do something to become the world power, you got to do something big, right? In order to be number one, you got to beat number one, right? They ready to beat number one.
And that is that China has now suspended and broadened a suspension of imports of over 2,000 Taiwan food suppliers.
Whoa! You hear that, Tom? You look at on the donation, right? They suspended the food suppliers, right? They suspended food suppliers to Taiwan or from Taiwan or something like that, right? But they finna start putting sanctions on Taiwan. They finna start hitting Taiwan with a hurt, right? They're gonna hit Taiwan with a hurt and try to have Taiwan react, you know what I'm saying? And the United States try to get up in there, and then they like, well, we told y'all. Remember, China still got a fucking missile that can't be detected. Right? They can hit us 2 or 3 times before we hit them once, because we gotta react to what they done, because we don't know what's coming unless we got one too, right? But if you go on the world stage, right, in the past Taiwan and come to the house, things got it. I mean, some shit got to happen. I don't think they're gonna set nothing off in Taiwan, because that shit gonna blow back to them. Something got to happen.
He warned the Chinese military would never sit idly by. Pelosi is leading a congressional delegation to Asia, including a stop in Singapore today. Taiwan has never been on her official schedule.
Huh? Taiwan has never been on her official schedule. Well, why you make it on your official schedule? Right? I mean, was this intentional? Did you do this on purpose? It wasn't even on your intention, your fucking rounds. It wasn't on your schedule. Well, let me stop at Taiwan to step a little bullshit.
But Taiwanese news media are reporting she will arrive Tuesday evening. Against this political backdrop, Taiwan is getting prepared. The military exercises here included a mock amphibious invasion, insight into Taiwan's assessment of what a war with China might look like.
Look at Taiwan getting ready. They know some shit about to happen. They know it. China been threatening them too much, sending warships and airplanes and all kind of shit. China's ready. It's soon to come.
The fact that we're seeing an amphibious assault suggests that the Taiwanese believe that the Chinese are going to try and take some of the outlying islands in the South China Sea and in the Taiwan Strait. And
They believe they coming, and Taiwan believe they coming. Joe Biden them already sending weapons. It's going to go down sooner or later. We're going to go to war. It's only a matter of time. And you know the cold thing about it? Most of the people in America don't even know nothing about it. Most of the people who get their news off of Facebook and Instagram or the barbershop don't know nothing about it. We could be facing some shit that nobody knows, because they're not threatening Joe Biden. They're not threatening the army. They threatening the country. New York already having drills about what happens if a nuclear bomb was a hit. Millionaires buying shelters. Google it. Doomsday home. They buying doomsday homes like it's waterfront property. People walking around in everyday life not knowing what the government can possibly get us into. Not with just Russia, but mainly China. We don't know what Joe Biden is saying behind them closed doors, because Joe Biden come out and say one thing, and China come out and say a whole nother thing. How do you trust Joe Biden to have your life in his hands? Do you trust Nancy Pelosi to have your life in her hands? Do you trust the Democrats are making the best safety decisions for you? I wouldn't put. I can't trust that, because it's going to be a matter of time, and it's coming, because China say they want their shit back, and United States say, well, we respect the one China policy, but we're going to defend Taiwan. That don't even make sense. That means you want a fucking war. You can't help nobody enemy and say we not helping. Well, we're not going to put no foots on the ground. We're not going to put no troops on the ground. That's your new shit now? No troops on the ground? Well, we're going to fight Russia and Ukraine, but we ain't going to put no troops on the ground. Well, we're going to help Ukraine with Taiwan, with China, but we ain't going to put no troops on the ground. We're just going to send them money. Wait a minute. So now you're saying, right? Now you're saying gas is going down because of Vladimir Putin and the Putin war and all that shit is going down supposedly, right? Now you mean to tell me it's finna go back up again because Taiwan finna invade the country and we're gonna have to pay for it again? Huh? Wait a minute. So you mean to tell me if Vladimir Putin price hike, right, doubled the gas and hit us with inflation, and it was a Vladimir Putin inflation and a Vladimir Putin price hike, What the fuck you think China gonna do to us? Huh? Our main supply chain. What in the fuck do you think China is gonna do to us about inflation if Russia hit us and it hurt us that much? Can you imagine? Huh? Can you imagine the inflation China can put on us? If Russia, I'm just saying what the Democrats saying. I ain't saying China can. I know Donald Trump when the show said China can. But I'm talking about they play the blame game. Right? They play the blame game like they did with Russia. They can say China hit us for a whole lot more. Triple that. Well, we're in inflation because of the Chinese supply chain. They're not doing this. They're not bringing us this. They're not sending us this. You know, the batteries, the adapters, the telephone, the helicopters, the medicine, the plastic, the pencils, the erasers, the notebooks, TikTok. I mean, we don't know. It could be going down and you don't know.
This is Taiwan's effort to take them back.
Civilians are taking precautions too, learning life-saving skills as part of a volunteer emergency response team.
The U.S. is bound by law to help Taiwan get the weapons it needs to defend itself.
Huh? The U.S., right, is obligated by law to give Taiwan the weapons to defend itself. Who made that policy in a one China policy? Who in the fuck? Oh, it's a one China policy, but we're going to help the Taiwan get weapons. That don't even make sense. That's not a one China policy at all. That's admitting, right, that Taiwan is a sovereign nation, is separate from China. If you saying you can help Taiwan, without China permission, or you can help Taiwan fight China, that's like saying you can help Texas fight United States. I help California with weapons fight against New York. You can't do it.
And the American military is now moving assets, including an aircraft carrier, in closer proximity to the island.
You hear that? They moving aircraft carriers, right? Stock up on plastic, duct tape, and tinfoil. They want us to fail. We're going to negative with chicken chow mein. But you see how they're setting this up? Think about the war. Think about the prices that go up on the exports. Because when the Wuhan hit, you can see how they was blaming it on the supply chain then. Well, we got supply chains in China that's not doing this, and they backed up that and all this whole shit. Imagine, right? And Russia was just gas. Joe Biden has no plan because it's going to happen.
So earlier, just an hour ago, that suspension was for 100 suppliers. Now, these import bans, as well as these...
They went from 100 food suppliers suspended, imports, right, to 2,000. They're going to try to cripple Taiwan because Taiwan main supplier of imports and exports is China. That's who they sell 80% of their goods to. 80%. United States not buying that much where it's going to keep China afloat. I think we only like 15% or 10% or something like that. But they next door neighbors or China is responsible for like 80% of their economy. So they can do some shit like this. Well, we're going to suspend the imports. Fuck it. See how y'all like that? And this is before Nancy. So imagine what they've done after Nancy.
Statements by senior officials come as Speaker Pelosi is set, according to Taiwan media, to land in Taiwan at 10:20 local time. So that's just in a couple of hours. Though at the same time, there are some reports that say she might actually show up early on Wednesday morning. Now, the local news outlets say that once she's in Taipei, Pelosi will meet with President Tsai Ing-wen.
Meet with the president, visit other government officials, discuss human rights with activists, including ones from Hong Kong. You mean you can do all that in China without China permission? You can meet with the president That's not really the president. You can visit other government officials. You can discuss human rights in China with activists that's activating or activists against China. Oh, bitch, you got us fucked up. You better turn that plane around.
Visit other government officials, discuss human rights with activists, including those who've come from Hong Kong. So this, as we've been discussing, obviously outraging Beijing, which claims Taiwan as its own and sees Pelosi's visit as a challenge to national sovereignty. The foreign ministry said today that the U.S. will pay the price for Pelosi's trip.
Huh? We don't know how we're going to pay the price. With pockets, money, lives. We don't know how we're going to pay for this trip. But China said we're going to pay for it. They got to do something to make their word bond, because they're trying to be the #1 power. They can't be up here lying to other countries saying they're not going to do what the fuck they're going to do. They got to make an example. Somebody finna get made an example of. And how we retaliate, we don't know, because we got Joe Biden in office. We don't know if Joe Biden going to retaliate or not.
Taiwan officials have already said that Chinese fighter jets have flown near the median line of the Taiwan Straits. There's also ongoing military exercises, not only off the coast of mainland China, near Taiwan, but also in the South China Sea and close to the Korean Peninsula.
Don't all that sound like a war? All that movement around, right? This something fake news ain't talking about. This something, right, Joe Biden administration ain't talking about. He want to talk about the terrorists he killed yesterday, but what about the most intimate threat that we've been dealing with for the last couple of months that nobody's talking about? China.
State media today quoted a military expert as saying that the PLA is preparing for all scenarios, including a local conflict turning into a comprehensive confrontation.
Huh? They getting ready for everything. They're getting ready for everything. They've been building this shit up for months. Right? Not years, because, I mean, probably years, but not when Donald Trump was in office. This shit is getting to a point where something's got to happen. And something's going to happen. What it is, you know what I'm saying? We do not know. We don't know if it's going to be. I mean, they can hit us all kind of way. They can hit us with our money inside of a banking system, right? They can hit us with imports. They can hit us with, I mean, spying. They can hit us with, who knows, another Wuhan. You never know what they plan on doing. But they have to do something, or other countries is not going to believe and take their word for nothing. They got to do it.
Guys?
It's very dark, but that does appear to be Nancy Pelosi in that pink suit right there. So we don't.
Look, now Nancy Pelosi ugly ass have landed today. You know what I'm saying? A couple of hours ago, you know, it's probably tomorrow out there. You know what I'm saying? But she just landed her ugly ass in the same pantsuit she just came from another meeting in. Nasty coochie son of a bitch, you. Right? You could have watched that coochie on the plane, changed your clothes, or done something. Don't fly to a whole nother country wearing the same outfit.
See her walking up to any sort of podium or anything of that nature. If she does, though, we will, of course, let you know. And the reason that it appears to be her is because she was wearing the same thing when she landed in Malaysia earlier on this morning.
Told you she was a nasty bitch. She was wearing the same thing. That pussy is on hum right now, right? But you see how disrespectful she is to these people's country? Something is going to happen. You can't disrespect nobody's hood. I go on my grandmother a block wearing red and think ain't nothing going to happen when she done warned you. You're going to get pistol whooped.
Hours ago. The Chinese foreign minister, by the way, has commented on saying that
look at her walking like she got bad feet and shit. Look at Nancy walking like her feet is bad.
Washington's betrayal, quote, on the
like she got hooves on it. That bitch walk like she got hooves. Look how she walk. That's the devil's feet. Look like she got hooves.
Taiwan issue is bankrupting its national credibility, Some American politicians are playing with fire on the issue of Taiwan.
Playing with fire. Do you know what playing with fire is? You can get burned. If somebody get burned, who the fuck gonna be? You, me, or us?
This will definitely not have a good outcome. The exposure of America's bullying face again shows it as the world's biggest saboteur of peace. Right there, live on your screen, that is U.S. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi at the Taipei airport in Taiwan, becoming the highest ranking official I should say, highest U.S. elected official to visit Taiwan in more than 25 years.
The highest. Well, if Hunter Biden ever visit Taiwan, it would be nobody in Taiwan, China, or the world higher than Joe Biden, right? But you got to understand, I done something yesterday, right? I done a show yesterday about medicine and drugs, right? How come it that the United States is number one on pharmaceutical drugs, right? I don't think it's people in Africa or out in different countries, right, are really tripping on high blood pressure medication or diabetes medication. I don't think too many people in Africa and stuff like that is dying from certain things that we over here pay money and millions of dollars for. You know, I wonder why that is. I mean, I'm pretty sure people catch cancers and stuff, but other countries, they don't really catch cancer. They catch disease and famines and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? That spread. They don't really catch the body conditions, the high blood pressure, the strokes, and the heart attacks and shit like that. They don't really suffer them. They don't take pills for depression in other countries. They don't take pills for diabetes in other countries. They don't take pills for high blood pressures in other countries. I may be tripping. I may be not know what the fuck I'm talking about, but I don't think it's a big issue because I look at the rate on how the countries take medicine, right? I mean, medicine and drugs, both legal and illegal. And we way up there. Way up there. Let's get back to Nancy Pelosi.
It's happened before. However, it's been 25 years since someone of her caliber has arrived there. We know that Pelosi has been on an Asian tour this week that is being closely watched to see if she would defy China's warnings, and it appears that she has done that.
Defies China's warning. Ain't nothing gonna happen to Nancy Pelosi. Everything gonna happen to you, me, or us.
She has landed there in Taiwan. However, we now know that she has chosen to defy China's warning and go there to Taiwan.
Across
that old stubborn hoe. But we're going to have to continue this show, but I just wanted to do a little something for y'all, to watch, you know what I'm saying, in case you're bored, because I have to go to a wedding, you know what I'm saying? I got my haircut, I got to go find me a belt, and my brother getting married today, and I'm the best man, I got to go get a belt and some socks. So I will see y'all later on a rebound. Hopefully I get home in time to do this show. Congratulations to my brother who finna have him a tremendous wife. And I am the best man. So I see y'all later, alligators. Alligators.